We're talking of course
Chinese New Year, eh.
we're talking of course to Erin Tañada, ang Pangulo po ng Liberal Party. Magandang hapon po and thank you for joining us.
Magandang hapon, Ed, and Manny at sa lahat na nanonood ng Storycon.
Yes, sir. Sir, of course, you know what we're going to ask you about. VP Sara yesterday declaring she is running for president, and that leaves the magic question to everybody, especially in the opposition. What happens now to the opposition? Has there been any decision or any movement towards a decision on who to field in 2028?
Yeah.
As of now, wala pa, no? Merong mga pag-uusap na nangyayari, and one of the things that will have to be discussed, no, would be ano yung proseso na dadaanan ng mga interesadong lumahok mula sa kampo ng opposition laban kay Sara Duterte. So that's one. But there's a general agreement, of course, that there only has to be one candidate.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, that's it, no? The timetable would be towards the third or fourth quarter of this year. Kailangan kasi maging inclusive yung discussions with regard to the selection process.
Yes, sir.
Kung ano bang mga parameters na hinahanap nyo para piliin yung kandidato?
Well, pag-uusapan pa rin yan, Manny. There's supposed to be, if you remember a little of our history, there's supposed to be a convener group that would meet and talk about the selection process, and that should be acceptable to those who will participate in the selection process. And one of the other factors that is being discussed, no, how do we make it more inclusive for the other sectors of society to participate? At the same time, how to not make it too unwieldy, kung masyadong maraming sumasama sa prosesong yun. So ito yung mga kailangan pag-usapan pa at this point. Pero yun nga, expected naman sa panig ng opposition na tatakbo talaga si Vice President Sara, pero yung timing, of course, we didn't expect it this early, and there must have been a motive behind that. And so like we said, it is her right to run for the position, and she should welcome whatever impeachment proceedings that there will be, because it is an opportunity. If she really believes and that she did not do anything wrong, it's the opportunity to clear her name in this forum. So ito yung pagkakataon niya. And who knows, no? Who knows, Manny and Ed, kung talagang may pakita niya, wala siyang ginawang masama, wala siyang pinirmahan o may anomalya man sa term niya bilang Vice President, then it might even make her stronger. So ang susukatan talaga ngayon yung integridad ni VP Sara Duterte dito sa prosesong ito.
Pero kung doon ba sa opposition mayroon ng shortlist ng possible candidate for 2028?
Well, yung clear, yung dalawang nag-announce that they are open, no? But again, it's still too early. Until everyone, you've seen the picture. Everyone in that picture, at least 4 of them, finally this is it, no? Tells everyone in that conveners group, no, na talagang hindi ako sasama, then that would be it, no? Pero out of the 4, 2 ang at this point are open, no, to run. And they are, of course, Senator Risa Ontiveros and Senator Bam Aquino. Ang dalawang tahimik pa rin, of course, who may we consider, no, I'm not saying that they will, Senator Kiko Pangilinan and Mayor Lenny Robredo.
Pero
Baka
sir,
naman untay tayo ng matagal, Kong, kasi nung 2016, matagal bago nag-decide si VP Lenny. Baka
I think-
yung mangyari.
I think, Manny, alam na natin lahat 'yon, no? Kung ano, bakit nangyari, ganong katagal. Merong objective at the time si VP Lenny, sana magkaroon ng isang kandidato lang yung tatakbo laban kay President Marcos. Pero hindi nangyari yung inaasahan niyang magkakaroon ng isang kandidato. So she had to make that decision on the week of the filing of certificates of candidacies. And I think based on experience, hindi lalagpas maybe ng first quarter of 2027. Meron na rin talagang isang kandidato na lalaban kay VP Sara.
Pero sir, something that might be an existential question, kasi to begin with, of course, we're asking about who the common opposition candidate is going to be. On the other hand, if you ask the Duterte group, they consider themselves the opposition, and that's how they present themselves to be versus the administration of Bongbong Marcos. And further down the line, you also have that other question na what are the chances of a meeting of minds of sorts between the traditional opposition, which is, I suppose, what you might call your group, and somebody who is not a member of the opposition, somebody who is more affiliated with the existing administration, if only to have a common candidate. Has that played in your mind? Ano yung mga possibilities na yan and probabilities na yan?
Well, of course, hindi naman pwedeng sabihin na hindi pinag-iisipan. Kung babalikan, Ed, yung experience nung 2022, we were hoping at that time na hindi magkakaisa ang panig ni
Marcos
President
Duterte.
Bongbong and Vice President Sara, at kung hindi sila magkakaisa at magkakaroon ng three-way fight, no? Not that we're discounting the other participants who ran in 2022. Kung hindi sila nagkaisa, meron kaming pagtingin na baka may pag-asang nanalo si
Lenny.
VP Lenny. Pero nung nagkaisa sila, it was clear na it would be an uphill battle. No? So again, looking at 2028, ang importante para sa hanay ng opposition namin, sa bakod namin, kailangan magpalakas ng organisasyon sa ground.
Yes,
no?
sir.
That is important.
Yes, sir.
And once we have a strong ground force that would move, no, then who knows, baka may lumapit, baka walang lumapit, at kung magkakaroon ng three-way fight, no, in the 2028 elections, depending on who the candidate is, it might still be favorable for our side of the fence.
If there's a three-way fight, meaning may Marcos affiliated group on one hand, on the second spot would be the Duterte group, and the third spot would be, or the third candidate would be the traditional opposition, in other words.
Yes, yun pinag-aaralan namin. How it will look on the ground, kung paano gagalaw ang bawat grupo pagdating ng halalan. So this these are things, no, it's not necessarily a one-on-one fight. It might be a three-way fight. And we should be prepared for a three-way fight and study kung ano yung magiging vote distribution in the different regions and provinces if this happens.
Pero Mogs, can I throw in one more question before I throw it back to you? Pero sir, of course, the question in a lot of people's minds is, what are the possibilities of the traditional opposition finding common ground with somebody more affiliated with the Marcos administration? Kasi in that sense, then you would have to have some sort of a compromise. Of course, you do remember and you do realize that there are people in the traditional opposition who are not comfortable dealing with the Marcos administration for obvious reasons.
Ed, the way I'll answer that, we'll have to cross the bridge when we get to that point. Because it's hard to say at this point that the Marcos camp, no, will not field the candidate. So it's going to be a speculation on our part. So kami sa Liberal Party, ang marching orders sa chapters and members namin is we prepare the ground as early as now. And we make sure that whoever the candidate will be, no, come last quarter of this year, handa natin ipakilala, handa namin ikampanya sa taong bayan, no, pagdating ng panahon na pinili na namin yon. Ngayon, kung makita ng isang kampo na malakas ang kabilang panig, no? Like I said, we'll cross the bridge when we get there. We will see how we will discuss different issues. It should be based on principles. Of course, we know that there are things that will have to be compromised, but there would also be, I'm sure, and this will have to be processed with not only one group, but other groups that will be part of the selection process. Ano yung mga non-negotiables?
Kung tanong ko naman sa inyo, what lessons have you learned from the 2025 midterm elections that can be brought to the 2028 elections? Kasi parang nagbago yung attitude and behavior ng ating mga electorate, no? Dati, puro artista Tsaka parang nag-iisip na ngayon ng mga botante. Is that a factor, tingin nyo?
I think it's a factor. Lalo-lalo na pabata ng pabata ang voters natin. Sabi nga, tayong mga boomers, kasama ka Manny at ni Ed.
Ay, hindi
no?
Ed, kasama.
Hindi
Paunti na tayo, no? Sayang nga, hindi tayo napasama sa Gen X pero yun nga, admittedly, ang millennials, Gen Zs, and Gen Alphas, the first 3 years of Gen Alphas, sila yung magiging majority ngayon sa 2028. And ang tinitignan talaga nila, ano yung kinabukasan ba nila dito sa ating bansa? No? And they are looking for things that are doable, that candidates have done. No? And that, I think, plays a lot sa voting preference ng ating mga kandidato. No? Ano yung nagawa? No? Ano yung sinabi at ano yung nagawa? Hindi yung pinangako lang tapos hindi na nagawa. So, mukhang ganun yung trend ng ating mga kabataan ngayon. Kaya, I think, if you look at the results of Sen Bam and Sen Kiko, it was not only the youth that carried them, but even cross-section. So it included the boomers and the people who are a bit older than the boomers. And the question will be, of course, will that same attitude carry to the 2028 elections?
Sir, last question,
So-
sir. Pasingit lang, sir. Of course, you've heard what happened or what was attributed to Senator Bam Aquino. I know he's not with the Liberal Party, but kahit pa paano he's affiliated with the group. I'm talking about yung whether the trial of EJK should be conducted in the Philippines or in The Hague. He was quoted as saying, ideally, it should be in the Philippines. Are you aware of his position as far as that is concerned? Because we've been waiting for him to clarify, and he has not clarified, although he promised to clarify since yesterday. Have you heard of his position or of any position he's made in the last few years about it? Secondly, si Trillanes was saying that in 2022, during the campaign, sinabi raw sa kanya ni Bam tsaka ni Lenny that if they were to win daw, then they would not want to have Duterte brought to the ICC or The Hague. We talked to Barry Gutierrez yesterday. Barry said, I never heard of that from Lenny herself. But have you heard of any policy statements as far as that is concerned from either Lenny or Bam?
No, I have not heard. No, and I'll leave it to maybe those who are more familiar. I think Barry, since he was with the office of the president, is more familiar with what Vice President Lenny was saying during her 6 years, no, as vice president. So it's hard for me to go beyond Barry when I'm not in the same room as the vice president. So I'll leave it at that. I'll let also Bam explain his clarification with regard to this, because I've seen that it went viral and it caused a lot of reactions from maybe, or surprise from maybe even within the same group that we are in.
Yes, sir. Pero sir, but as far as you are concerned and your constituency is concerned, what is the position of? I'm not even going to say the Liberal Party. I suppose I should ask you, what from your perspective is the position of your group, and that includes everybody from LP to Akbayan down the line.
Well, let's just say let's leave it at that. No, I wouldn't want any more to add to the discussions that are happening on the ground, and it might add again fuel to the fire. So pabayaan na natin. I'm sure the people in the Liberal Party have privately raised what did Bam actually mean. I have not talked to Bam. But we have decided just to leave it as it be right now, and of course also there the statements coming from the Senate also with regard to what happens to Senator Bato and Go. That is also something that has to be thought through, because these are legal questions that have to be faced, especially with the fact that our Constitution is very clear that if the penalty is more than 6 years, no, walang exemption
Walang
to attend sessions. And this happened to Senator Laila. No, she was arrested because the penalty was beyond 6 years.
Okay. Maraming salamat for joining us this afternoon. Erin Tañada, ang Pangulo po ng Liberal Party. Sir, thank you for joining us and good to see you again.
Thank you, Ed. Thank you, Manny.